Percent change, part 2. So here we're going to work the percent change a little bit backwards. In other words, you're given the percentage that you are increasing or decreasing something, and then you have to calculate what that means for, in this case, the salary increase. So your employer has agreed to increase your salary by 2% a year. If you are making $14.50 an hour today, how much will you be making after 1 year of work? So the first thing to look at is to see if this is a one-step problem or a multi-step problem. And you can tell by looking at the information on how quickly the salary is increasing. It's increasing 2% a year. And you want to know it after 1 year. So because these are the same units, 1 year, it's a one-step problem. You only have to do the calculation once. So we're really calculating what is 2% of $14.50, because that will tell us how much of an increase we get. Now 2% is 2 out of 100. 2 out of 100 if we write it as a fraction. And of is same as multiplication. 2%, the other way to look at it is 2%. If we want to change it to a decimal, we move the decimal over 2 spots. So that's 0.02. And if you did this on your calculator, you would get 0.02. So this means 0.02 times $14.50. And if you enter that into your calculator, you get 0.29. So that is an increase of 29 cents. But that doesn't answer the question, because the question is how much will you be making after a year? You're not making 29 cents. That's just the increase. So you are going to be making $14.50 plus the 29-cent increase, which is $14.79 an hour. So not everything grows with time. Some things get smaller with time. So the value of your car, for example, is less and less with every year that you drive it. That's called depreciation. And in this case, the problem is that it depreciates 15% a year. If you bought it brand new for $32,000, how much would it be worth after 1 year? So let's first check to see if it's a one-step problem or a two-step problem. So this is how much it depreciates a year, and we're asked for 1 year, so that means we should be able to calculate it in one step. So we're really asking, what is 15% of $32,000? 15% written as a fraction is 15 over 100. Of mathematically means can be translated to multiplication. So $32,000. Changing the 15 divided by 100 into a decimal, I get 0.15 times $32,000. And then doing the multiplication with your calculator, you get $4,800. So that's how much the value of your car loses in 1 year. It is not what your car is worth after 1 year. So what is it worth after 1 year? Well, originally it was worth $32,000. After a year, we have to subtract the amount it depreciates, and we have the value after 1 year is $27,200. So what if we wanted to take that same car and you want to sell it after 2 years? How much would it be worth? Well, we've done the first calculation after 1 year, so it went from $32,000 new, and after 1 year it was worth $27,200, and then now we are going to do it again. So it's going to go down by 15% the first year and down by 15% again. So we want to calculate what is 15% of $27,200. Same steps as the last one. 15 divided by 100 is 15% times 27,200. 15 divided by 100 is 0.15 times 27,200. And that equals $4,080. So it depreciates same percentage, but a little bit less in value because your car is worth less at the beginning of the second year. How much is your worth? Is it worth after 2 years? Well, it's at the beginning of the year, second year, it started at $27,200, and then you're going to subtract how much money it depreciated, and you get $23,120. That's how much it is worth after 2 years. Now, what assumptions are you making? Well, what we're assuming is that this depreciation rate stays the same every year. And if you talk to anybody that's involved in the car sales business, they'll tell you actually the first year it depreciates an awful lot, and then the second year it gets less and less. So we're assuming it's the same, when in actual fact that's not the case. So our assumptions are that the depreciation rate is the same every year. And the other thing we're assuming, because we're asking how much the car is worth, that the car hasn't had any accidents, because if it has an accident, it would probably be worth less.